You've seen them. Those people who seem to just get everything instantly. They take on programming, a new language, a musical instrument, and in a couple of months, they're showing results that take others years to achieve. You think it's talent? You're wrong. Most likely, they're using a forgotten Japanese framework for mastery. A brutally effective three-stage path that guarantees results. This method was honed for centuries in martial arts, and today it's used by the most innovative companies in the world to ruthlessly crush their competitors. And now, we're going to walk through these three stages. If you watch until the end, you won't just get knowledge. You'll get a map that will allow you to become that person who masters everything they touch with terrifying ease. Stage 1, obey. Become the perfect shadow. Your task in this stage is to unquestionably follow the rules with maximum fanatical discipline. I'll repeat this because it's the root of all mastery. Follow the rules until they become a part of your breathing. Let's use a concrete example. You want to become a graphic designer and create breathtaking posters. You find one master whose work is your ideal. His work is your Bible for the next month. The fundamentals, grids, color theory, typography, are your only God. At this stage, your opinion, your creativity, your what if I made the font bigger, they mean nothing. Why? Because you haven't mastered the basics yet. Trying to improvise without knowing the fundamentals is arrogant foolishness, a pure waste of time and energy. The solution? Simple. If the textbook says you need 3 colors for harmony, you use exactly 3, even if you want to add a 4th. If your mentor uses a specific grid, you recreate his work pixel for pixel until you understand the logic of every element. You don't just watch, you do. You become his perfect reflection. Humans are the best imitators in the world. Use this superpower. Those who understand this are already 10 steps ahead of the cowards who are afraid of the boring fundamentals and want to jump straight to creativity. And once your foundation becomes granite, you're ready for the next stage. Stage 2, destroy. Start a controlled rebellion. Now, and only now, is it time to break the rules. This is the stage of self-discovery. You've perfectly replicated 20 classic posters. You know the rule of thirds, you can feel the white balance, and that is precisely why you're starting to see the flaws and limitations. What if? That is the main question of this stage. What if I deliberately break the grid to convey a feeling of chaos? What if I use this clashing font to make the viewer uncomfortable? What if I take the color palette from a classical painting and apply it to a modern design? You start asking questions, exploring alternatives, and chasing new ideas like a monster. If you don't do this, you'll stay stuck at level 1 forever. A good executor, but not a creator. But because you have an unbreakable foundation, your experiments aren't dangerous. If your unique idea fails, no problem. You always know how to return to the proven fundamentals and try again. This is how you ruthlessly crush those who tried to be innovators from day one. Their experiments were built on sand. Yours are built on rock. Let's pause for a second for one honest question. Have you ever tried to jump over the first stage? Dived into creativity, ignoring the boring fundamentals, only to hit a wall? Let me know in the comments what skill it was. Drawing, programming, business. No judgment. We've all been there. And if you feel like this video is already giving you the map you've been missing, smash that like button. It's a signal to me that real masters are being made here. But even at the second stage, the greatest masters never forget what the Japanese call shoshin, the beginner's mind. Most people forget this. They reach an advanced level and stop improving. Their knowledge turns into a stagnant swamp. And what lives in a swamp? Parasites. Don't be a swamp. Maintain a beginner's mind. No matter how much you know, stay hungry, curious, and open to learning. This small Japanese mindset shift is what separates the eternal winners from the one-time champions. This is your unfair advantage. Now, stage 3, transcend. Become the creator of the rules. Now, it's no longer about breaking the rules. It's about moving beyond them and creating your own. At this stage, you trust only yourself. Your intuition, honed by hundreds of repetitions and experiments, becomes your main guide. You no longer need the recipe because the recipe now flows in your blood. Innovation is born here. When you are no longer bound by the rules, but are still grounded in them, you are free. Returning to our design example, you no longer think about the rule of thirds or the color wheel. You just feel where an element should be. You don't follow trends, you create them. You create a new visual metaphor that, in a year, beginners in the first stage will be copying. To others, you look like a genius, like someone with a natural instinct. But in reality, you simply walked the proper path of mastery. At this stage, you are already a master. You are already successful. This ruthless 3-stage framework, multiplied by the beginner's mind, guarantees phenomenal success in any field. So there it is. 3 steps to the Olympus of mastery. 1. Obey. Become the perfect shadow until you've mastered the basics. 2. Destroy. Break the rules to find your unique voice. 3. Transcend. Become the one who creates the rules for others. This is your map. While others wander in the dark, you have a path. And here is my final question for you. What one skill do you want to take through these 3 stages? Not someday, starting today. Write that skill in the comments. Let it be your public commitment, your first step on the path of obey. If you're ready to stop being a spectator and start your journey to mastery, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos that will give you an unfair advantage. Thanks for watching.